what Sergeant Mosia is about has nothing to do with those confessions. And therefore, after listening to Advocate Teffo, after listening to Advocate Mshololo and Advocate Baloyi, the court orders that Advocate Mshololo continues with cross-examination. The court is very open to a possibility that immediately after we deal with Sergeant Mosia, we will be watching the space.
Hello everyone, welcome back to ASR. This is another update of the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial. Let's get into it. Last week ended with a lot of fireworks inside and outside of the courtroom. After Advocate Teffo's allegations that Kelly accidentally shot Senzo Meyiwa, her lawyer took to the news stations to defend her client's rights and refuted Advocate Teffo's claims against her client. Kelly's lawyer also confirmed that her client will be called as a state witness, but what didn't make sense is that she also alleged that the 5 accused had been charged with Senzo Meyiwa's murder without them being identified by Kelly or any of the other people in the house that night. When you think of it, it's actually quite smart because they're sticking to their story. Kelly can just say no, they weren't asked to identify them, so they don't know them. On their part, it's very smart to stick to their story. That's why Teffo has to focus on defending his clients and clearing them of this case instead of trying to prosecute Kelly Khumalo at this time. Teffo and his partner also fight back by suggesting they would submit a complaint against Kelly and her lawyer because they consider what they're doing to be public intimidation of potential witnesses. Advocate Teffo and his partner also suggested that they will sue 1010 Studios for their premature release of the Netflix Senzo Meyiwa documentary. Once court finally resumed on Friday, the defense lawyer for suspect number 5, Advocate Mshololo, would continue to apply pressure on the state's first witness, Sergeant Mosia. Sergeant Mosia was testifying in English till Advocate Mshololo took over and forced him to request an interpreter. Advocate Mshololo pressed Sergeant Mosia on the chain of evidence and the increased possibility that the evidence might have been planted or compromised. It would seem that at this point Advocate Teffo was feeling left out because he interrupted Advocate Mshololo just as she was making progress with the witness. Advocate Teffo will go on to object to the continuation of the trial, alleging that his client's constitutional rights had been violated before the trial had even begun. After a lengthy back and forth with the judge, Advocate Teffo was ordered to stand down and allow Advocate Mshololo her opportunity to cross-examine the witness. Advocate Mshololo would resume her cross-examination briefly before the state witness, Sergeant Mosia, fell ill on the stand and forced an adjournment. Advocate Teffo is starting fires left, right and center, even with his own allies. Trial is going in their favor, so it was needless for him to interrupt proceedings in the manner that he did. Advocate Teffo's behavior on Friday was disappointing and disrespectful to his colleague Advocate Mshololo, who supported him when he was arrested in the courtroom. We'll continue to monitor this trial closely and update you with any relevant information. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is ASR, Justice for Senzo.